13. Simple habits for a longer, happier life. Wisdom for living. Stoicism. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age gracefully, maintaining their vitality and joy well into their later years, while others struggle with health issues and unhappiness by the time they hit 60? The secret lies in their daily habits. Today, we're diving into the 13 simple habits that could not only extend your life, but also enhance its quality. Consider this. In Icaria, Greece, a place often referred to as the island where people forget to die, there's a remarkable number of individuals living active, healthy lives well past 100. It's not by accident. Their lifestyle choices play a crucial role. And the best part? You don't need to relocate to a remote island or make drastic changes to your life. We're not going to suggest extreme diets or grueling workout routines. Instead, we'll explore straightforward habits that anyone can adopt, inspired by the principles of Stoicism and the wisdom found in the blue zones, regions known for their high number of centenarians. The final habit on our list might just challenge everything you thought you knew about living a fulfilled life. Are you ready to unlock the secrets to a longer, happier life? If you find this content valuable, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to stay connected with us here at Stoic in Your Life. Now let's dive in. A recent survey conducted in the United States highlights a fascinating trend among retirees. Nearly 70% of them feel that retirement opens up new opportunities to engage in experiences they never had the time for before. This might include traveling to new places, learning a new hobby, or even taking up a new sport. The sense of freedom and the ability to explore life without the constraints of a work schedule seem to resonate deeply with many retirees. Furthermore, an impressive 80% of retirees report that retirement gives them more opportunities to truly savor life. This period allows for reflection and enjoyment of simple pleasures, from spending quality time with loved ones to pursuing long-forgotten passions. As we age, one of the universal desires among people is to maintain good health and mental clarity. This is essential for enjoying a happy, fulfilling life during retirement. However, the journey to achieving a fulfilling retirement is unique for each individual. While some might prioritize physical fitness, others might focus on nurturing social connections or seeking new intellectual challenges. The ultimate goal remains the same: to create a retirement that is not just about slowing down, but about enriching life with meaningful and joyful experiences. To help guide you on this path, here are several golden rules to consider. These principles can assist in crafting a retirement that is not only comfortable, but also filled with joy, purpose, and satisfaction. Remember, retirement is not just the end of a career. It's the beginning of a new adventure, a chapter where you have the freedom to write your own story. With the right mindset and approach, these years can be some of the most rewarding and enjoyable of your life. Let's now dive into the 13 habits for a longer and happier life. Habit number 1, natural movement. How long you live is up to fate, but how you live is up to you. Cynic. Have you ever noticed how some men, even as they age, move with a certain grace, agility, and vitality that seems almost effortless? Meanwhile, others, despite being in the same age bracket, struggle with stiffness, pain, and fatigue. What sets these two groups apart often boils down to a simple, yet profound difference in their daily habits. The first habit, and perhaps one of the most underestimated, is natural movement. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the importance of living in harmony with nature. And when we talk about natural movement, we are referring to the kind of physical activity that aligns with our body's natural design. Unlike intense regimented workouts that can sometimes feel like a chore or even cause burnout, natural movement encompasses the type of physical activity that is seamlessly integrated into our daily lives. Think of walking, gardening, or even taking the stairs instead of the elevator. These are not just casual choices. They are deliberate actions that keep our bodies in motion, maintain flexibility, and promote cardiovascular health without the need for extreme effort. When you look at communities with a high number of centenarians, such as those in the blue zones, a common thread is their commitment to natural, consistent movement. These people don't necessarily hit the gym every day, but they walk to the market, tend to their gardens, or play with their grandchildren, incorporating movement into their routines effortlessly and joyfully. But why is natural movement so vital for a longer, happier life? The answer lies in its sustainability and its profound impact on overall health. Unlike strenuous exercises that can lead to injuries or be abandoned over time due to a lack of motivation, natural movement is something anyone can do at any age. It doesn't require special equipment or a fitness level. It only requires a willingness to stay active. The body thrives on movement. It was never designed for long periods of inactivity. Consider this. A body in motion tends to stay in motion, and movement promotes not just physical health, but also mental well-being. Regular, natural movement can reduce stress, improve mood, and even enhance cognitive function, key factors in leading a longer and more fulfilling life. Seneca once remarked, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This is not a call to wear yourself out with extreme physical exertion, but rather to recognize the value of consistent, moderate movement in strengthening both the body and mind. In today's modern world, where much of our time is spent sitting at desks or in front of screens, we must make a conscious effort to integrate more natural movement into our lives. Simple changes like standing while talking on the phone, taking a walk during lunch breaks, or opting for the stairs can make a significant difference over time. Moreover, engaging in natural movement also fosters a connection to our environment, something the Stoics greatly valued. They believed in living in accordance with nature, not just in the philosophical sense, but also in how we interact with the world around us. Moving naturally often involves being outdoors, appreciating the fresh air, and taking in the sights and sounds of our surroundings. This not only benefits our physical health, but also enriches our soul, providing a sense of peace and tranquility that is essential for true happiness. Incorporating natural movement into your daily routine doesn't require a complete overhaul of your lifestyle. It's about small, consistent changes that become habits over time. Consider the wisdom of Epictetus. No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. In the same way, the benefits of natural movement come from daily, mindful practices that slowly but surely lead to a healthier and happier life. To all the men out there aged 30 to 65, learning to live longer and happier lives, remember this. It's not about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about integrating movement naturally into your life, aligning with what our bodies were meant to do. Every step you take is a step towards better health, every stretch a moment of relief, every deep breath a renewal of spirit. As you embrace these habits, think not just of adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. With the wisdom of the Stoics guiding you, let each movement be a testament to your commitment to live fully, mindfully, and joyfully. So, start today. Move naturally, move joyfully, and watch as each step you take brings you closer to a longer, happier life. Remember, the journey to a longer, happier life is not about giant leaps, but about steady, intentional steps. It is in these steps that we find the true essence of living, where each movement becomes a meditation, a practice of presence, and a celebration of life. Let's commit to this journey together, embracing each habit with the wisdom and patience that the Stoics taught us, and in doing so we will not only live longer but live better. Habit number 2, finding your Ikigai. Have you ever wondered what drives some people to wake up every morning with a sense of purpose and vitality, while others seem to struggle through their days, feeling lost or unfulfilled? The answer might lie in a concept from Japanese culture known as Ikigai, which roughly translates to a reason for being. Finding your Ikigai is about discovering that sweet spot where your passions, talents, values, and the needs of the world intersect. It's not just about what you love or what you're good at, but also about what the world needs and what you can be paid for. Think of Ikigai as the unique blend of doing something that brings you joy, serves others, and sustains you financially. This is not just a cultural concept, but a practical tool for modern living, particularly relevant in our fast-paced world, where it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Now let's dive deeper into this idea. Finding your Ikigai involves introspection and asking yourself 4 key questions. What do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need? And what can I be rewarded for? By answering these questions honestly, you begin to map out a path that aligns with both your inner self and the external world. For example, you might love cooking, but you also have a knack for teaching and a desire to help people eat healthier. Your Ikigai could be found in teaching cooking classes focused on healthy eating, thereby combining your passion, talent, and a way to make a living while contributing positively to others' lives. Take a moment to think about your daily routine. Are you simply going through the motions, or are you actively engaging in activities that align with your deeper purpose? In modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, jumping from one task to another without pausing to reflect on whether these actions truly serve our higher goals. But what if you could structure your days around your Ikigai? Imagine waking up each morning with a clear understanding of your purpose, knowing that your day's activities contribute to something meaningful, not just for yourself, but for those around you as well. Wouldn't that make life more fulfilling? Consider the story of Steve, a man in his early 40s who had spent years climbing the corporate ladder in a high-pressure sales job. Despite his financial success, Steve felt a persistent emptiness. He had always enjoyed mentoring his younger colleagues and felt a deep satisfaction in helping them grow, but his job's demands left him little time for this. One day, after a particularly exhausting work week, Steve decided to reassess his priorities. He asked himself those 4 key Ikigai questions and realized his true passion was in coaching and mentoring, not in meeting sales targets. Encouraged by this revelation, Steve left his corporate job and started a consulting firm focused on career coaching for young professionals. Not only did he find personal fulfillment, but he also found a way to make a living doing something he loved, something he was naturally good at, and something that genuinely benefited others. Steve's journey is a testament to the transformative power of finding your Ikigai and aligning your work with your deeper values and passions. The beauty of Ikigai is that it doesn't have to be tied to your job or career. It could be a hobby, a side project, or even a way of life. For instance, consider a retiree who discovers their Ikigai in community service, helping out at local shelters, and tutoring children. Although they might not earn a salary from these activities, the fulfillment and joy they derive provide a profound sense of purpose. They wake up every day with a sense of meaning, knowing that their actions are making a difference. This sense of purpose can even contribute to a longer, happier life, as numerous studies suggest that having a sense of meaning can positively impact your overall health and longevity. So, how do you find your Ikigai? Start by reflecting on those 4 essential questions. Write down your thoughts, experiment with different activities, and pay attention to what brings you joy, satisfaction, and a sense of contribution. Speak to friends, family, or a mentor who can offer insights into your strengths and values. Be patient with yourself, as finding your Ikigai is not always an immediate process. It's a journey of exploration and self-discovery that may require trying out new things, letting go of old habits, or even stepping out of your comfort zone. Engaging in this process might lead you to some surprising discoveries about yourself. You may realize that your true passion lies in something you never considered before, or that a long-forgotten hobby could actually become your life's work. The journey of finding your Ikigai is also about embracing change and being open to new possibilities, much like the Stoic philosophy teaches us. As Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This advice is timeless, urging us to align our actions with our inner calling. So, I ask you, what is your reason for getting up in the morning? What drives you to move forward each day? Finding your Ikigai might not happen overnight, but the pursuit of it is a valuable exercise in self-awareness and personal growth. It can transform how you live your life, shifting your focus from merely existing to truly living with intention and purpose. Remember, the journey to discovering your Ikigai is not just about finding a passion, but about weaving that passion into the fabric of your everyday life. This is where true happiness and fulfillment lie, not in fleeting pleasures or material gains, but in living a life that resonates with your deepest values and purpose. Embrace the challenge, embark on the journey, and let your Ikigai guide you toward a longer, happier, and more meaningful life. Habit number 3. Reducing stress. Have you ever felt like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, as if every moment of your day is filled with endless tasks, expectations, and worries that never seem to end? Stress is something we all experience, but how we handle it can make a profound difference in the quality and length of our lives. Reducing stress is not just about finding fleeting moments of relaxation or temporary escapes from our responsibilities. It's about adopting a way of living that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom speaks directly to the importance of managing our internal state, recognizing that much of the stress we experience comes not from the events themselves, but from our reaction to them. So, how can we reduce stress effectively and create a life that is not only longer, but also happier and more fulfilling? One of the first steps to reducing stress is to become more aware of the sources of your stress. Often, we go through life on autopilot, reacting to stressors without taking the time to understand what triggers them. Is it your job that leaves you feeling drained and anxious? Or perhaps it's a relationship that brings more tension than joy? Maybe it's a lack of time, always rushing from one task to another without a moment to breathe. Whatever the source, identifying it is crucial because it allows you to take actionable steps toward change. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. By identifying the root causes of stress, you empower yourself to make changes where possible, and to accept and adapt where it's not. Another powerful method for reducing stress is through mindfulness and meditation. Practicing mindfulness means being fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This practice can help you detach from negative emotions and reduce anxiety about the past or future. Meditation, even for just a few minutes a day, can calm the mind and reduce the stress response in your body. Think of it as a mental reset, a moment to step back from the chaos and find a sense of peace. Can you imagine what your life would be like if you started each day with just a few minutes of quiet reflection, setting a calm tone for the hours ahead? How might this simple habit change the way you handle stress throughout your day? Physical activity is another highly effective way to combat stress. Regular exercise releases endorphins, the body's natural mood boosters, and helps reduce levels of the stress hormone cortisol. You don't need to run a marathon or spend hours at the gym. Even a brisk walk in nature or a short yoga session can make a significant difference. Exercise not only improves physical health, but also enhances mental clarity and emotional stability, helping you better manage stressful situations when they arise. Think about it. When was the last time you took a break from your busy day to move your body, to stretch out the tension, or to enjoy the fresh air? Why not start today and see how even a little physical activity can lift your spirits? Another essential aspect of stress management is maintaining strong social connections. Humans are inherently social beings, and having a supportive network of friends and family can provide a powerful buffer against stress. When you share your worries with someone who listens and understands, it can immediately reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. Social support doesn't always have to come from face-to-face interactions. Even a phone call or a text message can provide comfort, So, when was the last time you reached out to a friend or loved one just to talk? Remember, you don't have to face life's challenges alone. Could there be someone in your life right now who would appreciate hearing from you and who could offer you the support you need? In addition to these strategies, consider adopting a more balanced approach to work and leisure. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of constant busyness, mistaking it for productivity. However, working without adequate rest and leisure can lead to burnout, significantly increasing stress levels. The Stoics, too, recognized the value of balance. As Seneca famously noted, "Leisure without study is death, a tomb for the living man." This doesn't mean you need to eliminate work, but rather that you should find time to recharge and engage in activities that bring joy and relaxation. Could you incorporate more downtime into your routine, even if it's just a few minutes here and there, to read a book, listen to music, or enjoy a hobby? Moreover, adopting a positive mindset can also reduce stress. How often do we find ourselves caught in a cycle of negative thinking, imagining the worst possible outcomes, or dwelling on what might go wrong? Changing this mindset to one of gratitude and optimism can shift your perspective and reduce the impact of stress. A powerful way to cultivate this mindset is through gratitude journaling, writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This simple practice can help you focus on the positive aspects of your life and reduce the stress of focusing on negatives. Can you start this practice today? What are 3 things you are grateful for right now? Lastly, it's essential to remember that reducing stress is not about eliminating all difficulties or challenges from your life. Instead, it's about building resilience and finding healthier ways to cope with whatever comes your way. Life is unpredictable, and stressors will always arise. But by developing these habits, mindfulness, exercise, social connection, balanced living, and positive thinking, you can better navigate life's ups and downs with grace and calm. The Stoics teach us to embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth, not as something to fear. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Incorporating these habits into your daily routine may take time, but the benefits are well worth the effort. So what steps will you take today to reduce stress and create a more balanced, peaceful life? Start by choosing just one habit to focus on, whether it's taking a walk, reaching out to a friend, practicing gratitude, or simply taking a few minutes to breathe deeply and reflect. Remember, the journey to a longer, happier life is made up of small, consistent steps. As you embrace these habits, you'll find that stress becomes less of a burden and more of an opportunity to grow and learn. So, let's commit to living more mindfully and intentionally, using the wisdom of the Stoics to guide us toward a life of greater peace, purpose, and joy. How will you begin this journey today? Habit number 4, the 80% rule. The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, worry about the future, or anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment, wisely and earnestly. Buddha. Let's dive into a simple yet profound habit that has the potential to change your life. The 80% rule. This rule, often associated with the Japanese practice of hara hachi bu, encourages people to eat until they are 80% full, rather than indulging until they can no longer eat another bite. But why is this so important, and how can it contribute to a longer, happier life? It's not just about eating less. It's about cultivating a mindset of moderation and self-control, qualities highly valued by the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You must build up your life action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible." The 80% rule is not just a dietary guideline, it's a philosophy for living that encourages us to be mindful of our consumption, whether it's food, material goods, or even the time and energy we expend on various activities. In today's world, Where abundance often leads to overindulgence, adopting this rule can help us find balance and improve our well-being. The idea behind the 80% rule is simple but powerful. By stopping when you are 80% full, you allow your body to properly digest and metabolize food without being overloaded. This practice reduces the risk of obesity, diabetes, and other lifestyle-related diseases, which are often the result of chronic overeating. It's not about depriving yourself or counting every calorie, but rather about tuning into your body's signals and eating more intuitively. This approach aligns perfectly with the Stoic principle of moderation, which teaches us to avoid excess and live within our means. Think about it. How often do you eat past the point of fullness simply out of habit, social pressure, or emotional comfort? By applying the 80% rule, you start to break these patterns and create a healthier relationship with food. In modern life, where portion sizes have grown exponentially and food is always readily available, it can be challenging to practice restraint. However, adopting the 80% rule can be a transformative habit, not just for your waistline, but for your overall quality of life. When we overeat, our bodies must work harder to digest the food, which can lead to lethargy, indigestion, and long-term health issues. In contrast, by eating until you're 80% full, you maintain more consistent energy levels and reduce the burden on your digestive system. This simple habit also fosters mindfulness. You become more aware of what you're eating, how much you're eating, and why you're eating. Are you truly hungry, or are you eating out of boredom or stress? This reflection can lead to more mindful eating practices and a deeper understanding of your body's true needs. Applying the 80% rule can extend beyond the dining table and into other areas of your life. For instance, consider how you spend your time and energy. Are you constantly pushing yourself to the limit, trying to achieve more, do more, be more? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By embracing the 80% rule, you can begin to apply this philosophy to your daily routines and ambitions, finding satisfaction not in constant striving, but in appreciating what you already have, and setting realistic, attainable goals. Just as eating until you are 80% full prevents overeating, working or striving until you're 80% done prevents burnout and stress. It encourages a balanced, more sustainable approach to work, relationships, and personal growth. Let's consider a modern example. Imagine you are a professional in a demanding job, working 60-hour weeks to climb the corporate ladder. The stress and pressure are mounting, but you push through, believing that more work equals more success. But what if instead you applied the 80% rule to your work habits? By consciously deciding to give 80% instead of 100%, you might find that you have more energy, creativity, and satisfaction in your work. This doesn't mean doing less or caring less, but rather recognizing when enough is enough and allowing yourself to rest, recover, and maintain a healthy work-life balance. Could applying this rule help you not just to succeed, but to thrive without sacrificing your well-being? Moreover, the 80% rule also teaches us to value simplicity and contentment over excess and accumulation. In a world driven by consumerism, where the constant push is to buy more, have more, and consume more, adopting a mindset of enough can be incredibly freeing. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy life's pleasures or indulge occasionally, but it does encourage you to ask yourself, is this really necessary? Or am I satisfied with what I already have? By shifting your mindset from one of scarcity and constant desire to one of abundance and gratitude, you can reduce stress, save money, and find more joy in the simple things. The Stoics believed in living a life of virtue, wisdom, and moderation, focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what does not. By applying the 80% rule to your diet, your work, and your lifestyle, you embody these Stoic principles in a practical, everyday way. The benefits are clear: better health, more energy, greater clarity, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. As you incorporate this habit into your daily routine, reflect on the words of Seneca, who said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. By choosing to live with enough, rather than constantly seeking more, you create space for what truly enriches your life. So I challenge you today to think about how you can apply the 80% rule to your life. Start at the dinner table, and then expand it to your work, your relationships, and even your thoughts. What areas of your life could benefit from a little less excess and a little more moderation? How might your life change if you learned to recognize when you have enough and chose to stop there? Remember, it's not about deprivation or scarcity. It's about finding balance, practicing self-control, and living in harmony with your body and mind. As you embrace the 80% rule, you'll find that less truly is more, leading to a longer, happier, and more fulfilling life. How will you start living by this rule today? Thank you for being with us in today's video. Before we move forward, I want to thank you for being an active member of our community. We'd love to hear from you. Feel free to share your reflections or simply comment, "I am a newbie," if you're new, or "I am Stoic" if you've been following us for a while. Your interaction is incredibly motivating and helps us continue on this path of sharing wisdom. Let's move ahead on this journey together, shall we? Habit number 5. Meditation. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the constant noise of modern life, the endless stream of thoughts running through your mind, or the persistent feeling of stress and anxiety that seems to follow you everywhere? If so, you're not alone. Many of us are caught in the relentless pace of daily life, rarely taking a moment to pause, breathe, and simply be. This is where the practice of meditation comes in, a habit that can profoundly transform your life by offering a sanctuary of calm in the midst of chaos. Meditation is not about emptying your mind or achieving some lofty state of enlightenment. Instead, it's about creating a quiet space within yourself, a moment to reconnect with your inner self and find peace amidst the storm. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wisely said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This quote beautifully captures the essence of meditation, a practice that allows you to retreat inward, regardless of the external world, to find solace and clarity. Meditation can seem daunting to many, especially in a world that glorifies busyness and constant activity. You might wonder, how can I find time to meditate when I'm already juggling so much? But the beauty of meditation lies in its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need a special room, a specific time of day, or even a lengthy period to practice. Meditation can be as short as 5 minutes, done anywhere, sitting in your car, at your desk, or even during a break. It's less about the form and more about the intention. It's about consciously choosing to slow down, focus on your breath, and let go of the tension that accumulates in your mind and body. Think of it as a mental reset, a way to clear the clutter of daily thoughts and return to a state of balance and centeredness. In today's fast-paced world, where we are constantly bombarded with information and demands, the practice of meditation is more relevant than ever. Consider the story of Tom, a successful entrepreneur in his early 50s, who was always on the go, attending meetings, managing a team, and dealing with the stress of running a business. He often found himself feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and unable to focus. A friend suggested meditation, but Tom was skeptical. How could sitting still and doing nothing help him solve his problems? Yet he decided to give it a try. He started with just 5 minutes each morning, sitting quietly and focusing on his breath. To his surprise, he began to notice changes. Not only did he feel calmer, but he also found that he could approach his day with more clarity and less stress. His decision-making improved, his patience grew, and he even felt more energized. Tom's experience is a powerful reminder that meditation isn't about escaping life's challenges. It's about facing them with a clearer, more focused mind. When you meditate, you train your mind to observe thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. It's a practice of detachment, of learning to see your thoughts as just that. Thoughts, not facts. This awareness helps reduce the power that negative thoughts and emotions hold over you. The Stoics believed in this practice of detachment. As Epictetus once said, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." Meditation helps you change your perspective, to see things as they are, not as your mind makes them out to be in moments of stress or anxiety. This shift in perception is incredibly powerful. It allows you to respond to life's challenges from a place of calm and rationality rather than panic or fear. Have you ever noticed how different a problem seems when you approach it with a calm mind versus a stressed one? That's the power of meditation at work. Beyond mental clarity, meditation has numerous health benefits. Studies have shown that regular meditation can lower blood pressure, reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, improve sleep quality, and even boost the immune system. It's a holistic practice that nurtures both the mind and the body, creating a state of harmony that promotes overall well-being. In our quest for a longer, happier life, what could be more valuable than a simple habit that supports both mental peace and physical health? Imagine the impact of starting each day with a few minutes of meditation, setting a calm, focused tone for everything that follows. How might this change the way you interact with your family, handle challenges at work, or even how you feel about yourself? Meditation is also an opportunity to practice gratitude, a key component of a fulfilling life. As you sit in stillness, you can take a moment to reflect on the things you are grateful for, cultivating a sense of appreciation that can shift your entire outlook on life. Gratitude, as many studies have shown, is closely linked to happiness and life satisfaction. The Stoics understood this well, with Seneca advising, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." By incorporating gratitude into your meditation practice, you not only calm your mind but also foster a deeper sense of contentment and joy. When was the last time you paused to truly appreciate the simple things in life? A warm meal, a quiet morning, the laughter of a loved one? How might your life improve if you made this a daily practice? So, I encourage you to start today. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Don't worry about doing it right. There is no right or wrong way to meditate. What matters is that you take the time to turn inward, to connect with yourself, and to find a moment of peace. Over time, you may find that this simple practice becomes a cornerstone of your daily routine, offering a refuge from the chaos and a source of inner strength and clarity. The practice of meditation is not about changing who you are, but about becoming more of who you truly are, a calm, centered, and resilient individual, capable of navigating life's challenges with grace and wisdom. As you continue to meditate, remember the words of the Stoics, and allow this habit to guide you toward a longer, happier, and more purposeful life. So, how will you begin your meditation journey today? And what might you discover about yourself in the stillness? Habit number 6. Sleeping well. Have you ever considered how a good night's sleep impacts not just your energy levels but your overall health and happiness? Sleep is often the first thing we sacrifice when life gets busy, but it's one of the most crucial habits for a longer, happier life. Imagine waking up every morning feeling refreshed, your mind sharp, and your body ready to take on the day. This is not just a fantasy. It's achievable with the right sleep habits. Sleep is more than just rest. It is the body's natural way to recover, repair, and rejuvenate. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Every night before going to sleep, we must ask ourselves, what weakness did I overcome today? What virtue did I acquire?" This quote not only emphasizes the importance of daily reflection, but also hints at the power of rest as a time for mental and physical restoration. To sleep well, it's essential to understand why sleep matters so much. Sleep plays a critical role in maintaining a healthy immune system, regulating hormones, repairing muscles, and consolidating memories. It affects nearly every aspect of our physical and mental well-being. Studies show that adults need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, but quality is just as important as quantity. Poor sleep can lead to a host of health problems, including increased stress levels, weight gain, decreased cognitive function, and a weakened immune system. Think about the last time you had a restless night. How did it affect your mood, your decision-making, your interactions with others? Now imagine that effect compounded over weeks, months, or even years. It's no wonder that sleep is often referred to as the foundation of good health. Yet, in today's world, good sleep often seems elusive. With our lives full of digital distractions, endless to-do lists, and constant stressors, it's easy to see why so many people struggle with sleep. The Stoics taught the importance of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. This mindset can be incredibly helpful when it comes to improving our sleep habits. Instead of stressing over things that keep us awake, like work problems or worries about the future, we can focus on creating a sleep environment that promotes relaxation and rest. This includes setting a consistent sleep schedule, reducing screen time before bed, creating a calming bedtime routine, and ensuring that your sleep environment is dark, quiet, and comfortable. Have you ever noticed how much better you sleep in a cool, dark room, free from noise and distractions? By taking control of your sleep environment, you set the stage for a more restful night. Another key to sleeping well is managing stress and anxiety, which are common culprits behind sleepless nights. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, or deep breathing exercises can help calm your mind before bed, making it easier to drift off to sleep. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." By focusing on gratitude and the positive aspects of life, you can shift your mindset away from worry and anxiety, fostering a sense of peace that promotes better sleep. Have you ever tried writing down your worries before bed, releasing them from your mind onto paper? This simple act can reduce nighttime rumination and help you achieve a more restful state. It's also important to consider what you put into your body. Consuming caffeine, alcohol, or heavy meals too close to bedtime can interfere with your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. The Stoics believed in moderation and balance in all things, and this applies to our diet as well. Drinking a calming herbal tea, avoiding stimulants, and eating a light, balanced dinner can all contribute to better sleep. Remember, what you consume affects not just your waking hours but your sleeping ones too. So, ask yourself, how might changing your evening habits help you sleep better and feel more energized during the day? Regular physical activity is another essential factor in promoting good sleep. Exercise can help regulate your body's internal clock, reduce stress, and tire your body in a healthy way, making it easier to fall asleep at night. However, it's crucial to time your exercise correctly. Working out too close to bedtime can have the opposite effect, energizing you and making it harder to wind down. Ideally, aim to finish any vigorous activity at least a few hours before bedtime. Reflect on your daily routine. Are you incorporating enough physical activity to help your body feel naturally ready for rest at the end of the day? Lastly, consider your mindset toward sleep. The Stoics were masters of cultivating a disciplined mind, and this approach can be applied to sleep as well. Instead of viewing sleep as something that happens to us, we can see it as a skill that we can improve with practice and consistency. If you have trouble sleeping, it can be easy to fall into a cycle of frustration and worry, which only makes sleep more elusive. Instead, adopt a Stoic mindset. Accept that some nights will be better than others and focus on what you can control. Make a conscious effort to prepare your body and mind for sleep, and over time, you will likely see improvements. What would happen if you approached sleep not as a chore but as an essential part of your self-care routine, a sacred time to recharge and renew? Incorporating good sleep habits into your daily life can lead to profound improvements in both physical and mental health. By prioritizing sleep, managing stress, creating a calming environment, and maintaining a balanced lifestyle, you lay the foundation for a longer, happier, and healthier life. As you consider these strategies, remember the words of Epictetus. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Decide today that you will be someone who values sleep as a vital component of well-being. and take the steps necessary to ensure that you sleep well each night. What changes can you make today to improve your sleep habits and consequently, your overall quality of life? Start tonight by creating a peaceful bedtime routine, minimizing distractions, and allowing yourself the time and space to rest deeply. Your future self will thank you for it, as will your body and mind, refreshed and ready to face each new day with vitality and joy. Habit number 7, a plant-based diet. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Hippocrates. When it comes to living a longer and happier life, one habit that stands out among the rest is adopting a plant-based diet. This isn't just a trend or a passing fad. It's a lifestyle change that can have profound effects on your overall well-being. But what exactly does it mean to follow a plant-based diet, and why is it so beneficial? Let's dive deeper into this concept, not as a rigid rulebook of what you can or cannot eat, but as a flexible, enjoyable approach to nourishing your body in the best way possible. A plant-based diet focuses primarily on foods derived from plants, including vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, oils, whole grains, legumes, and beans. While it doesn't necessarily mean you must entirely eliminate meat or animal products, it does encourage you to shift the focus of your meals towards these nutrient-rich, wholesome foods. You might wonder, why is this shift so important? The answer lies in the immense health benefits associated with plant-based eating, benefits that can contribute to a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. Research consistently shows that a plant-based diet can lower the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. It's not just about eating more greens, it's about the quality of those greens and how they interact with your body. For instance, leafy vegetables like spinach and kale are packed with essential vitamins and minerals that boost your immune system, while fruits like berries provide antioxidants that help fight off inflammation. Whole grains and legumes are excellent sources of fiber, which promotes healthy digestion and keeps you feeling fuller longer, reducing the temptation to overeat. Have you ever noticed how much better you feel after a meal filled with fresh vegetables and grains compared to one heavy with processed foods? That's your body responding to the natural goodness of plant-based eating. Now, consider the Stoic perspective on this. The Stoics, who valued moderation and self-control, would likely advocate for a diet that aligns with these principles. Eating a plant-based diet is about more than just health. It's about mindful consumption, being aware of what you are putting into your body, and understanding the impact it has not only on yourself, but on the world around you. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." In this context, eating a plant-based diet is an act of virtue, caring for your body, showing restraint, and making choices that align with your values. How often do you think about the food you eat in this way as a choice that reflects your character and values? Let's take a look at a modern story that illustrates the power of plant-based eating. John, a man in his early 60s, spent most of his life following a typical Western diet, high in red meat, processed foods, and sugary drinks. Over the years, he began experiencing numerous health issues, including high blood pressure, chronic fatigue, and a concerning weight gain. A routine checkup revealed elevated cholesterol levels and the early signs of type 2 diabetes. Faced with the prospect of medication and a future of declining health, John decided to make a change. Inspired by a friend who had turned his life around with plant-based eating, John gradually began incorporating more plant-based meals into his diet. He started with small steps, opting for oatmeal with fruits for breakfast instead of sugary cereals, choosing salads with a variety of colorful vegetables for lunch, and experimenting with hearty vegetable stews and bean-based dishes for dinner. Within a few months, John not only lost weight, but also saw significant improvements in his blood pressure and cholesterol levels. His energy levels soared, and he felt more vibrant and youthful than he had in years. John's story is a testament to the transformative power of what we choose to eat and how it can directly impact our health and happiness. Another compelling reason to consider a plant-based diet is its positive impact on the environment. Reducing your intake of animal products can significantly lower your carbon footprint, conserve water resources, and reduce the strain on our planet's ecosystems. This aligns with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature. As Epictetus once remarked, "Nature hath given men one tongue but two ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak." By choosing a diet that is kinder to the earth, you are practicing this principle of mindful living, listening to the needs of the planet, and responding with thoughtful, deliberate action. Have you ever thought about how your daily choices, including what you eat, can make a difference not just for your health but for the health of the world? Transitioning to a plant-based diet doesn't have to be overwhelming or restrictive. It's about making gradual, sustainable changes that work for you. Start by incorporating more vegetables and whole grains into your meals, experimenting with new recipes, and discovering plant-based foods that you genuinely enjoy. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Small, consistent changes can lead to significant improvements in your health over time. Ask yourself, how can you begin to introduce more plant-based foods into your daily routine? Maybe it's trying a new vegetable each week, swapping meat for beans or lentils in your favorite dish, or simply being more mindful of your food choices. Incorporating a plant-based diet is a journey toward a more conscious way of living, one that is in tune with both your body and the natural world. It's about taking control of your health in a proactive, empowering way, and embracing a lifestyle that promotes longevity and happiness. By eating more plant-based foods, you're not only nourishing your body, but also taking a stand for your well-being and the well-being of the planet. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic philosophy of taking responsibility for our choices and actions. As you consider these benefits, reflect on the words of Seneca, who wisely observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." In choosing a plant-based diet, you are choosing abundance, abundant health, energy, and life. So, I encourage you to take this step toward a healthier, more fulfilling life. Start small, be patient with yourself, and enjoy the journey of discovering new foods and flavors. Ask yourself, what could be more satisfying than knowing that every meal you eat is a step toward a longer, happier life? How might your life change if you embrace this habit, not just as a diet, but as a way of life? Remember, the path to longevity and happiness is paved with simple, consistent habits that nurture your body and soul. Will you take the first step today toward a plant-based lifestyle that aligns with wisdom, health, and virtue? Habit number 8. Wine and friends. Have you ever noticed how some of the happiest, longest-living people in the world seem to have one thing in common? They regularly gather with friends, sharing stories, laughter, and often a glass of wine. This simple yet powerful habit, enjoying wine and friendship, can be a cornerstone of a longer, happier life. It's not about drinking in excess, but rather about savoring the moment, fostering deep connections, and celebrating life's small joys. As the ancient philosopher Epicurus once said, "We should look for someone to eat and drink with before looking for something to eat and drink." This quote reminds us that the company we keep and the conversations we have are just as important as the food and drink on the table. In the world's blue zones, places known for their high concentration of centenarians, people regularly engage in communal meals, often with a glass of red wine, emphasizing moderation and connection over indulgence. Wine, particularly red wine, has long been celebrated for its potential health benefits. Rich in antioxidants, particularly resveratrol, red wine has been shown to support heart health, reduce inflammation, and even improve longevity when consumed in moderation. But the key word here is moderation. The Stoics, who believed in balance and self-control, would advise that it's not about drinking wine daily or using it as a crutch, but about enjoying it in the right context, among friends, in good spirits, and with a sense of gratitude. How often do you take the time to enjoy a glass of wine with friends, savoring the taste and the moment, rather than rushing through it or drinking mindlessly? The act of slowing down, appreciating the flavors, and engaging in meaningful conversation can transform a simple glass of wine into a ritual of connection and reflection. Consider the story of Peter, a successful businessman in his late 40s who spent years working long hours, often skipping meals and missing out on social gatherings to meet the demands of his career. His health began to suffer. He felt increasingly isolated and stressed, and his doctor warned him about high blood pressure and early signs of burnout. A chance meeting with an old friend at a local winery reminded him of the joy he once found in sharing a good bottle of wine and engaging in deep, meaningful conversations. Inspired by this encounter, Peter decided to reconnect with his circle of friends, organizing regular gatherings where they would share a meal, a bottle of wine, and talk about life's ups and downs. Over time, he noticed a significant improvement in his mood. His stress levels decreased, and his overall sense of well-being improved. Peter's experience highlights a crucial point. It's not just about what you drink, but with whom and how you share it. Drinking wine with friends also taps into the importance of social connection, which has been proven to be one of the most significant predictors of a long and healthy life. According to numerous studies, strong social ties can lower your risk of early death, boost your immune system, and even help you recover from illness faster. The Stoics understood the value of community and the importance of cultivating close, supportive relationships. Seneca wrote, "No man can live happily who regards himself alone, who turns everything to his own advantage. You must live for your neighbor if you would live for yourself." By sharing wine with friends, you're not just enjoying a drink, you're nurturing relationships, creating memories, and fostering a sense of belonging and support that is crucial for mental and emotional health. But what makes these gatherings so powerful? It's the combination of a relaxed setting, the presence of trusted friends, and the act of sharing both food and conversation. This creates a perfect environment for lowering stress and promoting a sense of well-being. When was the last time you allowed yourself to truly relax with friends, without the distractions of work, screens, or the pressures of everyday life? How did that make you feel? In our fast-paced digital world, these moments of genuine connection are more valuable than ever. They remind us of what it means to be human, to share, to laugh, and to support one another. A simple glass of wine can serve as a bridge, connecting us to others and to the present moment, fostering a deeper appreciation for the richness of life. However, it's important to remember that the benefits of wine are best enjoyed when paired with a balanced lifestyle. Too much of anything, including wine, can have negative effects. The Stoics believed in the principle of moderation in all things. As Epictetus wisely stated, "If one oversteps the bounds of moderation, the greatest pleasures cease to please." This idea encourages us to find joy in moderation and to seek balance in all aspects of life. So, as you consider incorporating this habit into your life, think about how you can balance enjoyment with responsibility. Are you using wine to escape or to enhance a moment of connection and joy with friends? To bring this habit into your life, start by setting aside regular times to meet with friends, whether it's a weekly dinner, a monthly wine tasting, or even a virtual gathering if you live far apart. Choose a bottle of wine that you enjoy and focus on savoring each sip, appreciating the flavors and the craftsmanship involved in creating it. But most importantly, focus on the people around you. Engage in meaningful conversations, listen actively, and be present. Notice how this simple practice of sharing wine and friendship can uplift your spirits, reduce your stress, and bring more joy into your life. What small steps can you take today to create more moments like this in your life? Can you call an old friend, plan a dinner, or simply slow down and enjoy a glass of wine with those you love? Incorporating the habit of enjoying wine and friends into your routine doesn't just add a touch of pleasure to your life. It builds resilience, fosters community, and creates a sense of fulfillment that is essential for long-term happiness. So, take a cue from the world's longest-living communities and make time to gather with friends, enjoy a good bottle of wine, and celebrate the beauty of life. Reflect on the words of Marcus Aurelius, who said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This simple act of gathering with friends, sharing a drink, and engaging in heartfelt conversation can be a powerful reminder of this privilege. How will you start this habit today, and what might you discover about yourself and your friendships along the way? Make a plan to connect with those you care about, share a toast to good health and long life, and embrace this joyful, life-affirming practice. If you've made it this far, you're truly dedicated to living a longer, happier life. Drop a comment saying, "I am embracing Stoicism," to show you're committed to adopting these simple habits. Stay tuned, because your journey to wisdom and fulfillment is just beginning. Habit number 9, practicing generosity. Have you ever thought about how giving to others could actually enrich your own life? Practicing generosity is one of those habits that not only benefits those on the receiving end, but also profoundly transforms the giver's life. In today's fast-paced world, where we are constantly bombarded with messages about accumulating more wealth, more success, more possessions, it is easy to forget the power of giving. But generosity goes beyond material gifts. It's about sharing your time, energy, kindness, and resources with those around you. As Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with." This quote underscores a timeless truth. The act of giving can bring more joy and fulfillment than receiving. Have you ever noticed how good you feel after helping someone, even in a small way? That warm, uplifting feeling is a testament to the inherent human capacity for kindness and connection. The practice of generosity is deeply embedded in Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to focus on what is within our control and to act in accordance with virtue. One of the most virtuous acts we can engage in is to give without expecting anything in return. This does not mean giving away everything you have, but rather cultivating a spirit of generosity in everyday life. Think about it. How often do you find yourself caught up in your own concerns, forgetting the needs of those around you? What if you took a moment each day to look beyond your own worries and consider how you might brighten someone else's day? Maybe it's as simple as offering a genuine compliment, sharing your knowledge, or lending a listening ear. These small acts of kindness can create a ripple effect, spreading positivity and fostering a sense of community and connection. Consider the story of Paul, a middle-aged man who had always been focused on his career and financial success. For years, he measured his worth by the size of his bank account and the status he achieved at work. But as he approached his late 40s, Paul began to feel a deep sense of emptiness. Despite all his achievements, he lacked a sense of fulfillment. One day, a friend invited him to volunteer at a local food bank. Reluctant at first, Paul agreed to go, thinking it would be a one-time thing. But what he experienced changed him profoundly. Seeing the gratitude in the eyes of those he helped, Paul realized that true wealth isn't about how much you have, but how much you give. He began volunteering regularly, donating not just his money but his time and skills. Over time, he found a renewed sense of purpose and joy. Paul's story is a powerful reminder that the act of giving can fill the void that material success alone cannot. Generosity also fosters a sense of gratitude, which is another key component of a happy and fulfilling life. When you give to others, you become more aware of your own blessings and the abundance in your life. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have to offer. This perspective aligns perfectly with Stoic teachings. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." By practicing generosity, you not only enhance the lives of others, but also cultivate a deeper appreciation for your own life. Have you ever taken a moment to reflect on what you are grateful for? How might your perspective change if you began each day by thinking about how you could give back in some small way? Moreover, practicing generosity can have profound psychological and physical benefits. Research shows that acts of kindness release endorphins, the brain's natural painkillers, and increase levels of oxytocin, the love hormone, which helps reduce stress and boost feelings of happiness and well-being. When you give, your body rewards you, creating a positive feedback loop that encourages more giving. This aligns with the Stoic belief in living a life in accordance with nature. Just as nature thrives on a balance of give and take, so too do we thrive when we contribute positively to the lives of others. What small act of generosity can you perform today that might brighten someone else's day and, in turn, bring you a sense of joy and fulfillment? Practicing generosity doesn't require grand gestures or significant amounts of money. It can be as simple as holding the door open for someone, offering your seat on a crowded bus, or helping a neighbor carry their groceries. It can also mean sharing your skills and talents with those who could benefit from them. Perhaps you are good at teaching, mentoring, or simply listening. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a more compassionate world. Think about the last time someone did something kind for you. How did it make you feel? Now imagine if you could make someone else feel that way every day. The Stoics believed that living virtuously was the path to a good life, and generosity is a vital virtue to cultivate. Additionally, generosity can build stronger, more meaningful relationships. When you give without expecting anything in return, you build trust and connection with others. This strengthens your social bonds and creates a sense of belonging and community. Have you ever felt more connected to someone after they offered you help, advice, or simply their time? This is the power of generosity. It brings people together, creating a network of support that enhances everyone's well-being. In a world that often feels increasingly disconnected, practicing generosity can be a powerful antidote, reminding us of our shared humanity and interdependence. Incorporating the habit of practicing generosity into your daily life can lead to profound changes in how you feel about yourself and others. It can bring a deeper sense of purpose, enhance your happiness, and even improve your physical health. As you think about the Stoic teachings and the importance of living a virtuous life, consider how you can make generosity a daily practice. Start small. Look for opportunities to give, whether it's your time, your attention, or your resources. Reflect on the words of Epictetus. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. By focusing on what you can give rather than what you can get, you open yourself up to a life of abundance and fulfillment. How will you practice generosity today, and what impact will it have on your life and the lives of those around you? Remember, the smallest act of kindness can have a ripple effect far beyond what you can see, creating a world where everyone feels valued and cared for. Habit number 10. Reading. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. Plutarch. In our quest for a longer, happier life, one habit that often gets overlooked is the simple yet profound act of reading. Reading is more than just a way to pass the time. It is a gateway to knowledge, a tool for personal growth, and a means to understand the world and ourselves better. This habit, rooted in the wisdom of ancient Stoicism, and equally relevant today, is about more than accumulating facts or losing oneself in stories. It's about engaging with ideas that challenge us, inspire us, and ultimately help us grow. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, advised, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look." Reading encourages this introspection, providing a mirror to our own thoughts and a guide for navigating the complexities of life. To truly understand the power of reading, consider its impact on both the mind and the soul. When you read, you are not just absorbing information but exercising your brain, much like you would exercise a muscle. This mental workout helps to improve cognitive function, enhances concentration, and strengthens memory. In a world where digital distractions are everywhere and our attention spans are shrinking, reading becomes an even more valuable practice. Have you ever found yourself unable to focus, overwhelmed by the noise of daily life? Reading can serve as a refuge, a quiet space where your mind can settle and regain clarity. By immersing yourself in a good book, You train your brain to focus, think critically, and reflect deeply, skills that are essential for personal and professional growth. But the benefits of reading go beyond mental acuity. Reading, especially the works of great thinkers, philosophers, and writers, exposes you to new perspectives, cultures, and ideas. It broadens your horizons and fosters empathy by allowing you to see the world through someone else's eyes. For example, reading the works of Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius can provide profound insights into how to live a life of virtue, resilience, and wisdom. These writings teach us how to manage our emotions, face adversity with grace, and find peace in a chaotic world. Have you ever felt lost, unsure of how to handle a difficult situation? The wisdom found in these texts can offer guidance, providing you with the tools to navigate life's challenges with more clarity and calm. Moreover, reading is a way to continually learn and grow. In our modern world, where change is the only constant, keeping our minds agile and adaptable is crucial. Lifelong learning through reading helps us stay curious and open-minded, traits that are invaluable in both personal and professional settings. Whether you are reading to gain new skills, understand a different point of view, or simply to relax and unwind, the act of reading itself is a commitment to personal development. It shows a willingness to engage with the world in a meaningful way, to challenge yourself, and to expand your understanding. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Reading is an essential part of this learning process, a way to keep your mind sharp and your spirit young. Think about how reading can fit into your daily life. It doesn't require a significant time investment. Even just a few pages a day can make a difference. Perhaps it's reading during your morning coffee, before bed, or listening to audiobooks during your commute. The key is consistency, making reading a regular part of your routine. Consider the story of James, a man in his early 50s who found himself feeling stagnant and uninspired in his career. One day, a friend recommended a book on leadership and personal development. Skeptical but curious, James started reading a few pages each day. Not only did he find practical strategies to improve his work life, but he also rediscovered a love for learning that he hadn't felt since his college days. He began reading more, exploring different genres, from history and philosophy to fiction and biographies. This habit sparked a transformation in him, reigniting his passion for his work and bringing a new sense of purpose to his life. James's experience shows how reading can be a catalyst for change, opening doors to new possibilities and helping us to continually grow. Incorporating reading into your daily routine also connects you with some of the greatest minds in history. You can learn from their successes and failures, understand their thoughts and emotions, and apply their lessons to your own life. This is particularly relevant when reading Stoic texts, which offer timeless wisdom on how to live a meaningful life. How might your perspective shift if you took the time each day to read the thoughts of those who have faced life's greatest challenges with courage and composure? How could this habit change the way you handle your own difficulties and decisions? Reading also offers an escape, a way to relax and unwind. In a world filled with constant noise and stress, books provide a sanctuary, a place where you can disconnect from your daily worries and immerse yourself in another world. This mental break is not just enjoyable, but also essential for your overall well-being. It allows your mind to recharge, reduces stress, and improves your mood. So why not make time for reading today? What book have you been meaning to pick up but haven't gotten around to? Could this be the moment to start a new chapter in your own life? Ultimately, reading is a habit that nurtures both the mind and the soul. It's a journey of self-discovery, a tool for personal growth, and a way to connect with the wisdom of the past and the possibilities of the future. As you consider the benefits of this habit, remember the words of Epictetus: "Only the educated are free." By making reading a daily practice, you are choosing to free yourself from ignorance, to expand your understanding, and to live a richer, more informed life. How will you begin incorporating more reading into your daily routine? Will you start with a classic philosophical text, a modern self-help book, or perhaps a compelling novel that transports you to another time and place. Whatever you choose, know that each page turned is a step toward a longer, happier, and more fulfilling life. Embrace this habit and let the power of reading transform you, one book at a time. This is particularly relevant when reading Stoic texts, which offer timeless wisdom on how to live a meaningful life. How might your perspective shift if you took the time each day to read the thoughts of those who have faced life's greatest challenges with courage and composure? How could this habit change the way you handle your own difficulties and decisions? Reading also offers an escape, a way to relax and unwind. In a world filled with constant noise and stress, books provide a sanctuary, a place where you can disconnect from your daily worries and immerse yourself in another world. This mental break is not just enjoyable, but also essential for your overall well-being. It allows your mind to recharge, reduces stress, and improves your mood. So, why not make time for reading today? What book have you been meaning to pick up but haven't gotten around to? Could this be the moment to start a new chapter in your own life? Ultimately, reading is a habit that nurtures both the mind and the soul. It's a journey of self-discovery, a tool for personal growth, and a way to connect with the wisdom of the past and the possibilities of the future. As you consider the benefits of this habit, remember the words of Epictetus, "Only the educated are free." By making reading a daily practice, you are choosing to free yourself from ignorance, to expand your understanding, and to live a richer, more informed life. How will you begin incorporating more reading into your daily routine? Will you start with a classic philosophical text, a modern self-help book, or perhaps a compelling novel that transports you to another time and place? Whatever you choose, know that each page turned is a step toward a longer, happier, and more fulfilling life. Embrace this habit and let the power of reading transform you, one book at a time. Habit number 11. Get out of your comfort zone. Getting out of your comfort zone is not just a cliché phrase. It's a powerful habit that can lead to profound personal growth, increased happiness, and a more fulfilling life. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This statement may sound harsh, but it reflects a deep truth. Growth requires discomfort. It demands that we challenge ourselves, face our fears, and embrace uncertainty. But how often do we truly push ourselves beyond what is familiar and safe? How often do we take risks that scare us, or try something new even when we fear failure? The comfort zone is a psychological state where things feel familiar, where we are at ease and in control. It's a place where we feel safe, but it's also where growth stagnates. When we stay in our comfort zones for too long, we miss out on opportunities to learn, to experience new things, and to discover what we are truly capable of. Think about it. When was the last time you did something that scared you, something that pushed you beyond your perceived limits? What was the outcome? Chances are, even if it didn't go exactly as planned, you came away with a valuable lesson, a new perspective, or even a sense of accomplishment that you wouldn't have gained if you had stayed within the confines of your comfort zone. Consider the story of Robert, a 55-year-old accountant who had spent his entire career in a steady but unfulfilling job. For years he dreamed of becoming a writer, but the fear of leaving a stable job for something uncertain held him back. One day, after reading a book on personal growth and reflecting on his own life, he decided to take a small but significant step out of his comfort zone. He started writing in the evenings, sharing his stories on a personal blog. At first, the response was lukewarm, and self-doubt crept in. But instead of retreating back to the safety of his old life, Robert kept pushing forward. He attended writing workshops, connected with other writers, and even submitted his work to small publications. Over time, his writing improved, and so did his confidence. Today, Robert is a published author, living his dream, and he credits it all to that one decision to step out of his comfort zone. His journey illustrates a crucial point. Stepping out of your comfort zone can lead to unexpected and rewarding paths. Breaking free from the comfort zone doesn't have to mean making drastic changes all at once. It can start with small steps, trying a new hobby, meeting new people, or learning a new skill. These small actions build momentum and gradually expand your comfort zone, making it easier to tackle bigger challenges down the line. The Stoics believed in practicing courage and resilience in everyday life. They taught that by facing small adversities, we build the strength to face bigger ones. So, what small steps can you take today to start expanding your comfort zone? Could it be signing up for a public speaking course, even if the thought terrifies you? Or perhaps volunteering for a project at work that requires skills you're not yet confident in? Each of these actions, though small, can help you grow and develop in ways you never imagined. It's also important to remember that stepping out of your comfort zone isn't just about personal growth. It's about building a life that is rich and varied, filled with experiences that add depth and meaning. When you limit yourself to what is comfortable, you also limit your potential for joy, connection, and fulfillment. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This quote encourages us to rethink our approach to challenges, seeing them not as threats to be avoided, but as opportunities to be embraced. How different would your life be if you viewed every challenge as a chance to grow, rather than something to fear? In today's world, where we often seek instant gratification and avoid discomfort, pushing ourselves beyond what is comfortable can feel counterintuitive. But consider this: the most memorable and meaningful moments in life often come from stepping into the unknown, from taking risks and daring to do things that scare us. Think about a time when you took a leap of faith, whether it was starting a new job, moving to a new city, or beginning a new relationship. How did it feel? And what did you learn from the experience? Often these moments, while daunting at first, become the stories we tell, the experiences we cherish, and the foundations upon which we build our confidence and resilience. One of the greatest benefits of regularly stepping out of your comfort zone is that it builds resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward in the face of adversity. Life is full of uncertainties and challenges, and the more you practice facing your fears and embracing discomfort, the better equipped you will be to handle whatever comes your way. This is why the Stoics placed so much emphasis on embracing discomfort as a path to virtue and strength. They understood that to be truly strong and capable, one must not shy away from challenges but seek them out. Can you think of a challenge in your life right now that you've been avoiding? What might happen if you faced it head-on instead of retreating? As you consider adopting this habit of getting out of your comfort zone, reflect on what areas of your life feel stagnant or uninspired. What dreams or goals have you been putting off because they require stepping into unfamiliar territory? Remember, growth doesn't happen in the safety of what we already know. It happens when we stretch ourselves, take risks, and face our fears. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is a powerful reminder that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond to it, including the choice to step out of our comfort zones and into the growth zone. Incorporating the habit of regularly stepping out of your comfort zone into your life can lead to tremendous personal and professional growth. It can help you build confidence, discover new passions, and create a life that is not only longer, but also richer and more fulfilling. So, I challenge you today. What is one thing you can do to step out of your comfort zone? How might this simple act open new doors and create new opportunities for growth and joy in your life? Remember, every journey begins with a single step, and every step outside your comfort zone is a step toward becoming the person you are meant to be. Will you take that step today? And what might you discover about yourself along the way? Embrace the uncertainty, take the risk, and watch as your world expands beyond what you thought possible. Thank you for joining us in today's video on our channel. I'm curious, which of these habits resonates most with you, and how have you applied Stoic principles to your daily life? We'd love to hear your experiences or insights in the comments below. And if you're not sure what to say, simply comment "I'm starting my Stoic journey" to let us know you're here and committed to embracing these life-changing habits. Habit number 12. Disconnect from technology. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the constant ping of notifications, the endless scroll of social media, or the sheer volume of information flooding your screens every day? In a world where we are more connected than ever, the irony is that we often feel more disconnected from ourselves, from nature, and even from those around us. This is why one of the most impactful habits you can cultivate for a longer, happier life is the ability to disconnect from technology. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." In today's digital age, where every device and app is designed to grab your attention and feed your desires, disconnecting from technology can help you reclaim your focus, reduce stress, and cultivate a sense of inner peace that is hard to find in a world constantly clamoring for your attention. The practice of disconnecting from technology doesn't mean abandoning it altogether or becoming a digital hermit. Rather, it's about creating intentional boundaries and recognizing the need for balance. Technology has undoubtedly brought many conveniences and advancements to our lives, but it also comes with a cost. How often do you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through your phone, losing hours to meaningless content, or feeling anxious because of the relentless flow of news updates and notifications? This constant bombardment not only affects your mental well-being, but also your physical health, contributing to problems like eye strain, poor posture, and disrupted sleep patterns. By choosing to disconnect, even if it's just for a short period each day, you give yourself the opportunity to reconnect with what truly matters. Consider the story of Emily, a 45-year-old marketing executive who found herself perpetually tethered to her smartphone and laptop, even during weekends and vacations. She noticed that her attention span was shrinking, her stress levels were rising, and she was missing out on precious moments with her family because she was constantly checking emails or scrolling through social media. Determined to reclaim her life, Emily made a conscious decision to disconnect from technology for at least 1 hour every evening. During this time, she would engage in activities that nourished her soul, like reading a book, going for a walk, or simply spending uninterrupted time with her loved ones. Over time, she noticed a remarkable shift. Her stress levels decreased, her sleep improved, and she felt more present and connected with those around her. Emily's experience illustrates a simple yet profound truth. Sometimes, to truly connect, we must first disconnect. The benefits of disconnecting from technology are numerous. First, it allows you to be more present. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to be physically present but mentally absent, constantly distracted by the digital world. When you put your phone down and step away from your screens, you create space to engage fully with the people around you, to listen more deeply, and to experience life in a more meaningful way. Have you ever sat at a dinner table where everyone is glued to their phones, barely speaking a word to each other? How different might that meal have been if everyone had put their devices away and focused on the conversation and the shared experience? Another significant benefit is that disconnecting from technology can help reduce stress and anxiety. Studies have shown that excessive use of digital devices can lead to heightened stress levels, particularly when it comes to work-related communications that invade personal time. The Stoics taught the importance of maintaining tranquility by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. By setting clear boundaries around your technology use, you take back control of your time and your mental space, creating a buffer that protects your peace of mind. Imagine the freedom of not feeling obligated to respond to every message or email the moment it arrives, or the calm that comes from not constantly comparing your life to the carefully curated images on social media. How might this shift in your relationship with technology impact your daily stress levels and overall sense of well-being? Disconnecting from technology also gives you the chance to rediscover the joy of solitude and reflection, which is often lost in our constantly connected world. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, believed in the power of solitude to foster deep thought and self-examination. He wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Taking time away from digital distractions allows you to tune into your inner world, to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and experiences, and to gain clarity on what truly matters to you. This practice of reflection is not just beneficial for your mental health. It can also lead to greater creativity, problem-solving abilities, and a stronger sense of purpose. When was the last time you allowed yourself to simply sit in silence, without the constant hum of technology in the background? Of course, disconnecting from technology doesn't mean cutting yourself off from all the benefits that digital tools provide. It's about finding a healthy balance and being mindful of how much time you spend on your devices and the quality of that time. Are you using technology to enhance your life, or is it becoming a source of distraction and stress? By being intentional with your technology use, you can maximize its benefits while minimizing its downsides. Consider implementing small but impactful changes, like setting tech-free times or zones in your home, using apps that monitor and limit screen time, or practicing digital detox days where you disconnect entirely. These small adjustments can lead to big improvements in your quality of life. Finally, disconnecting from technology can enhance your relationships. When you are not constantly distracted by screens, you can give your full attention to the people around you, fostering deeper, more meaningful connections. This habit encourages you to engage in face-to-face conversations, to be present in the moment, and to listen actively. Have you ever noticed how much more fulfilling a conversation can be when you are not distracted by your phone? How might your relationships improve if you made a habit of disconnecting more often? Incorporating the habit of disconnecting from technology into your daily routine can lead to a richer, more balanced, and more connected life. It allows you to take a step back, to breathe, and to appreciate the world around you without the constant pull of digital distractions. As you consider this habit, reflect on the words of Seneca. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Often our digital worlds amplify our fears and anxieties, but by stepping away from the screen, we can find a clearer perspective and a calmer mind. So, how will you begin to disconnect from technology today? Will you set aside a tech-free hour each day, create a digital detox weekend, or simply be more mindful of your screen time? Whatever steps you take, remember that by disconnecting from technology, you are reconnecting with what truly matters: yourself, your loved ones, and the present moment. What might you discover about yourself and your life when you take the time to unplug and be fully present? Start small, be consistent, and watch as this simple habit transforms your life, bringing you closer to a longer, happier, and more fulfilling existence. Habit number 13, the art of laughing. The most wasted of all days is one without laughter. E. Cummings. The art of laughing is more than just a natural response to humor. It's a profound practice that can significantly contribute to a longer, happier life. In a world filled with stress, responsibilities, and the constant rush of daily life, laughter can serve as a refreshing reminder of the joy that exists in even the smallest moments. This habit is not just about finding reasons to laugh. It's about adopting a mindset that seeks out joy and embraces lightness, even amidst challenges. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In this light, laughter becomes a tool for resilience, a way to shift perspective and approach life with a sense of playfulness and grace, even when things don't go as planned. To understand the art of laughing, we must first recognize its profound impact on both our mental and physical well-being. Laughter is often called the best medicine for a reason. It releases endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, which can instantly improve your mood and reduce stress. Studies have shown that regular laughter can lower blood pressure, strengthen the immune system, and even reduce pain by triggering the release of endorphins. Have you ever felt a wave of relief and relaxation after a good, hearty laugh? That's your body responding to the healing power of laughter. When we laugh, we breathe deeper, increase oxygen flow to our organs, and stimulate circulation, which helps reduce the physical symptoms of stress. So, why not make laughter a daily habit, much like exercise or eating well? The benefits of laughter extend beyond just the individual. They ripple out into our relationships and communities. Laughter is a universal language that transcends barriers, bringing people together and fostering a sense of connection and camaraderie. It's no coincidence that some of our strongest bonds are formed through shared moments of joy and humor. When was the last time you shared a good laugh with a friend or loved one? How did it make you feel, and how did it affect your relationship? Laughter has a unique way of breaking down walls, creating a shared experience that deepens relationships and builds trust. In a world where we are often divided by differences, a shared laugh can remind us of our common humanity, our shared joys, and even our shared struggles. But how do we cultivate the art of laughing, especially in a world that often seems more focused on what's wrong than what's right? It starts with a mindset shift, choosing to see the humor in everyday situations and not taking life too seriously. The Stoics believed in the importance of maintaining a sense of equanimity, a balanced state of mind that isn't easily swayed by external events. Laughter plays a crucial role in this, helping us to maintain perspective and avoid being overwhelmed by life's difficulties. Think of the times when a simple joke or a funny moment helped you to see a problem in a new light or to release tension in a stressful situation. By actively seeking out and embracing these moments, you can train yourself to find joy even in challenging circumstances. Consider the story of Mark, a 60-year-old retired engineer who, after a serious health scare, found himself slipping into a state of anxiety and depression. His doctor recommended medication, but Mark, inspired by a friend's experience, decided to try a different approach first. He began attending a local laughter yoga class where participants engage in playful exercises designed to stimulate laughter. At first, he felt awkward and self-conscious, but soon he found himself genuinely laughing at the silliness of the exercises, at himself, and at the sheer joy of letting go. The results were remarkable. Not only did Mark's mood improve, but his physical health began to recover as well. His blood pressure lowered, his energy levels increased, and he felt more connected to others in the group. Mark's experience is a powerful reminder of how laughter can heal, both emotionally and physically, and how embracing humor can open up new possibilities for well-being. Of course, life isn't always filled with moments that naturally invite laughter, and there are times when finding humor can seem nearly impossible. But even in these moments, there is value in trying to lighten your outlook. The Stoics would argue that we should not be weighed down by the external events we cannot control, but rather focus on how we choose to perceive and respond to those events. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, said, "A wise man is not subject to any loss, but learns to laugh even in adversity." Laughter in adversity doesn't mean ignoring pain or difficulty. It means choosing to face it with a spirit that refuses to be defeated. It's about acknowledging the absurdities of life and finding ways to smile even when things don't go our way. Incorporating laughter into your daily life can be as simple as watching a funny movie, spending time with people who make you laugh, or even reading a humorous book. You might also try keeping a humor journal, jotting down funny things that happen throughout the day, or recalling memories that make you chuckle. Surround yourself with humor, comedians, cartoons, lighthearted friends, and make a conscious effort to bring laughter into your daily routine. Have you ever considered how you can cultivate more laughter in your life? What small steps can you take today to see the lighter side of things? By adopting the habit of laughter, you are not only enhancing your own well-being, but also contributing to a more positive, connected world. Laughter is contagious, and when you bring joy into your own life, you naturally spread it to others. It's a small, yet powerful way to make a difference, to brighten someone's day, and to foster a sense of community and shared happiness. Reflect on the words of Marcus Aurelius. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Laughter is an essential part of this enjoyment, a way to fully embrace the experience of being alive. So, how will you incorporate more laughter into your life today? Will you seek out moments of joy, embrace humor in everyday situations, or perhaps share a good laugh with a friend or loved one? Remember, the art of laughing is not just about seeking out joy. It's about creating it, nurturing it, and allowing it to flourish in your life. Make it a habit to laugh every day, and watch how this simple practice can transform your life, bringing you closer to a longer, happier, and more fulfilled existence. How will you let laughter shape your journey today? And what might you discover about yourself in the process? Let's embrace this habit, laugh often, and live well. As we've explored today, these 13 simple habits, ranging from getting out of your comfort zone to embracing laughter and disconnecting from technology, are not just practices, but profound life lessons that can lead to a longer, happier life. They embody the wisdom of Stoicism, encouraging us to live with intention, cultivate resilience, and find joy in the present moment. By integrating these habits into your daily routine, you are choosing a path of growth, mindfulness, and fulfillment. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Stoic in Your Life. Make sure to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll continue exploring practical ways to live a more meaningful and stoic life. Thank you for watching, and remember, every day is an opportunity to practice wisdom and build the life you desire. See you in the next video.